and welcome back to Humankind. Officially, as of about a couple of hours ago, this closed beta went live for anybody who'd pre-ordered the game. And it's live for, I believe, 1 week. 1 week only. So, we're going to make the most of it. We're going to do our absolute damnedest. My feeling towards this video, and welcome to everybody, particularly if you're joining me live, is to actually just play through this game and really try and, rather than min-maxing everything, rather than getting the perfect game, the perfect playthrough, which is tempting, I'm going to instead try and play a little bit quicker than last time, and try and see if we can sort of push through the errors, push through the game, and see how we're doing. Awesome, just in time. Welcome along, KSD, Innovate, Jake Barge. Nice to see you guys. Welcome. Righto. Yeah, so as I say, what we're going to do is hopefully try and play through this a little bit quickly, without making too many errors. We'll see how we go. So I'm just sort of refamiliarizing myself with the game and all of these different things. So we've got this tribe here, and we're 10 food away from having another tribesperson, which will be what we want to do. So we want to try and gather some food or resources. Food and or resources, and then we can get a city settled. Oh, Devilish, my friend! First, good to see you stream something new. Yeah, I figured, seeing as the beta was live, we may as well give it a whirl. Right, so here's our sort of early source of food here, and we'll be able to take this out. You can see we're slightly favored. We can choose to fight this manually, or we can choose to instant resolve. It's a fairly safe battle. I'm just going to insta-resolve this. And we did it. Brilliant. Nice work. So, as I've put in the title, this game is now available to anyone who's pre-ordered it, and we have 5 eras across 200 turns. So there are 6 eras, I believe, in total, and we can access 5 of them now. So that's really strong. Really strong. We could pop down a claim to this territory now if we want, but I'm keen to see a little bit more of what it's got on offer before I pop myself down. We can discover this tribal goodie hut, basically, is what that is. And because we're the first one there, we get some rewards. Always nice to be out and scouting, I think, in the early game. Jason, will this be a civ killer? A wonderful question. Something I think about, like, too often, to be honest. I think about it far too often. Will this game be the civ killer? Will it do it? Right, what do we got here? We've got a tribal goodie hut right here. I'm going to absolutely nab that very quickly. We found a curiosity, ancient encampment, which provided us with +1 science and +5... I was about to say culture because it's purple. +5 influence. And what do we have here? Sanctuary, a rich diverse habitat with plenty to sack. This is the breeding ground for peaceful wildlife who range the surrounding area. Love to hear that. So we've got some horses, which is not a terrible resource for us to claim here, actually. We could consider this. There's also another animal which I'm pretty keen to bring under my belt. So we'll pop down there and grab it next turn, and then maybe put down our civilization, put down our city, and then see how we go. Where did that deer run off to? Cheeky. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're on the coastline. There's a couple of like pretty valuable and interesting tiles around here in terms of all sorts of different yields, actually. So let's actually pretty keen to put our claim down somewhere around here. You can see there's like a few different good spots. Probably a high food. Also, I'm quite interested in high production as well, though. The game's identified 2 really juicy spots for me. 15 food and 4 production, 16 food and 4 production down there. might jump down and nab that next turn. And we have some urgent affairs requiring our attention. These dynamic events, by the way, I love these. I absolutely love these. So we can either welcome or withdraw the scout. So we welcome these children need care and shelter. We'll be their guardians. It spawns army, my new army in the hunting party. Or they could be sick or cursed. We're gonna take them in. We're gonna embrace these scouts that we've just stumbled across. And it's worked out pretty well for us because now we can go and hunt down this poor sod. Go, you little men, go! And our side is stronger overall. A little bit of a risk, but we'll go for the instant resolve. We lost a couple of dudes, but we won the fight, as you would expect. So you can see 100% damage. We actually didn't really take that much. We did quite well. Good job, my new army. World deed unlocked. Oh, okay. Someone else did something. Yikes. Sup, Sansa Skeleton. Long time no see, my dude. So we have a Take 2 event at E3. What are your expectations for Civ? Oh, that is a very interesting question. What's going to happen with Civ at E3? I don't think we'll hear too much, to be honest. I don't think we'll hear too much. Oh yeah, so we were going to settle with these guys, weren't we? We were going to settle right here. Whabam! Outpost being created as we speak. Oh, and is there actually a discovery right there? Whoops, that was a bit of a faux pas, wasn't it? Brilliant. Got actually a nice little bit of food for that army too. Let's continue and mosey on our merry way over here, shall we? See what the world's got to offer. See what the world's got to offer. Agreed, devilish, Civ forever. Yeah, Civ forever, right? Civ forever. Okay, let me see what I can do here. So yeah, so they're creating that. There is actually a little discovery to be made here. Wonderful. More curiosity for Sanctuary. And I think I will continue, as I say, hey look, there's actually so many goody huts around. I will always call them goody huts, by the way. Apologies if that makes either no sense to you or you're like, what is he on about? But I will definitely always default to calling them goody huts instead of tribal huts or villages or what have you. The game looks like a mix of Civ 5 and Civ 6. Actually, kind of, yeah. It sort of does, doesn't it? It's vibrant like Civ 6, but also in a weird way a little bit sort of mulled. I don't want to say washed out because that's not quite right, but you know. Oops. Okay, what's going on with our dudes here? Outpost Creation. The first steps into new lands, always the hardest. We salute our brave pioneers. This claims the territory, but claims are fragile. Consider attaching the territory or evolving into a city. Right, so initial duration, 9 turns, terms before completion. Do I have to leave this unit here, or can they move on? Is what I actually don't know. Looks like it's just going to do its thing, which is great for us. Cool. And we got another 15 food, which is really cool because now we've got two different tribes here. So we could separate them and send them off to scout around as individuals. But it's also actually kind of quite nice to have a sort of a 2 strength because there are some more dangerous enemies than simply a lone deer. So yeah, we've got it doesn't hurt to have a bit of strength behind us. Ooh, this is potentially quite a productive, juicy land we're stumbling across here. And cool, we've collected a little bit more. There's another sanctuary around here, so I'm actually very keen to take advantage of that. We could wander over here and slay this poor, peaceful animal. Devilish get to know Jumbo question. Do you drink? If so, do you have a preferred cocktail or beverage? I do most certainly drink. Do I have a preferred cocktail? I love rum. I love rum and wine. I could drink rum and wine forever. Do I have a preferred cocktail though? Not really, actually. No, I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easy breezy. Yeah, we'll just instantly resolve this. We'll kill this no problem. And brilliant, we've unlocked a Neolithic Era star. Woohoo! So we've earned 1 era star, and we can now choose a new culture for the next era. So let's do it. We're going to go from being a nomadic tribe into actually something a lot more interesting. And oh my goodness, look at all these cultures we can choose from. I mean, holy moly. Last time I chose an aggressive one, and then proceeded to literally not be aggressive at all. So I think this time we're going to choose something less wary and maybe more focused on development, shall we say. So let's go for, I mean, I do love Babylon. +2 science per research technologies in the capital. We get they have an astronomy house, very interesting, and a unique unit. Okay, I see what you're putting down. Let's go the Egyptians. Yep, love that. Love this for me. So we receive +1 industry, so +1 production on district producing production. That is a really poorly worded sentence. My goodness. Modified district production, modified district COGS, industry cost by 10%. Cool. Okay, so we produce things quicker, and finally we have our district, which will synergize well with that, so that's all good. And yep, pretty happy to just.
The challenges of a young
Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Settle towns.
You can just grow lentils, that's
develop
fine.
Markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services.
Yes, yep, love markets. This is fun. I hadn't actually really seen a lot of the stuff that they put in this game like that, so that's pretty cool. And there we are! Welcome to the Ancient Era. It's time to found your first city. Cities don't appear out of thin air, they grow from an outpost. That they do. And we are 2 turns away from that outpost completing. So that's wonderful. Let's, I think, also try and get a second one down. I think it really wouldn't hurt to try and get a second one down here. We could pop down and slay that deer, and I think we'll do just that. We'll send our scout down, instantly resolve that, and it's an insta success. And we got a little bit of pocket money on the side. Love to see it. And what are these 2 scouts up to? We did just check out those horses. Oh, and there is actually a sea resource here. +3 stability and +3 science. Very fascinating. Okay, let's end that turn. Rolling into turn number 10. Civ is super confusing at first for me. I just stuck with it. Yeah, and that's a good point. It's a good point. Like, this game does appear a little bit confusing at first. For me too. I'm certainly no expert. But so is Civ, right? You stick with it, you read about it, you learn about it, maybe you watch some top-notch tutorials, and then, yeah, you understand. You start to understand. In terms of technologies, I'm really not familiar with this tech tree, but let's just quickly have a scan about, see what might be useful for us. We'll probably obviously want to go with one of the early techs. We are the Egyptians, so we probably are less focused on city defense and more focused on some things that will hopefully provide some production or at least some food for us. Like, I'm tempted to go this one so that we can farm those horses that are near our city. Also, I feel like granary is just a winner, but this carpentry does appear to be the sort of industrial one, and it will get us archers, so I feel like that's not a bad shout. Let's go carpentry. Carpentry it is. Again, I'm not entirely sure, like, what's the best strat, what's not the best strat. You know, it's not like Civ 5 where you're just like, tradition, done, thanks, see ya. There's maybe a little bit more thinking to be done here. Maybe. We'll see. I'm also a little bit apprehensive about like where is everyone else? What are they doing? But we shall see. We're currently not earning a lot, but we're about to get our city, our outpost down, which we will then upgrade into a city. So we can do a little bit of producing. Sorry, we could do a little bit of recreation. So we could move this outpost. I don't want to do that. Or we can turn it into a city, which will provide us with influence and food, fortification, production, money, science. Basically, we want this to be a city. Most definitely. And then we can perhaps we get our Egyptian pyramids done. Not a bad shout. It is a unique building. I'd be interested to see it. I also have a real affinity for farmers' quarters. I feel like food is king. But let's chuck down our pyramids because it's kind of fun. So it is going to change our yields a little bit. Oh, and I just heard the super chat notification. Who was that? Oh, it was none other than Devilish himself. With the $4.99 super chat, Devilish says, with no knowledge of the game, I would recommend irrigation for food growth. The Egyptians were quite advanced in agricultural techs. Yeah, yep. Totally respect that. Unfortunately, I have already picked something else, but it's an interesting point, and it might not be too late actually to just quickly pivot to getting a granary first. The granary will improve our food production at the very least. So we can improve some of these tiles. That one will get a +3. That one will get a +4. One looks to be the best to improve. So I will chuck down that. And what does this say? Unit construction. You can create military units to explore. Really? Defend your empire or wage war. In addition to their industry or production cost, creating military units also costs a population, so it like sort of absorbs a scout. Note that units need specific strategic resources, i.e. if you have horses, you need horses. Cool. Yeah. We've been around the block once or twice. You know, we kind of know what we're doing. We kind of know what we're doing here. And thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in live. So wonderful to see all those likes on the video rolling through as well. Thanks, you guys. Okay. Got 2 idle armies. This one can get a really nice, easy, instant resolve fight with that thing. No problem. We barely even had any losses, to be honest. I'm keen to understand more about this city screen because it's something that I don't fully. So we can see, let's see, we've got food, we've got production, we've got 3 money, and we've got 3 science. Balanced policy. So we could favor city growth here, which might be the play just to get this thing going. What does it change? Not a lot because it's still very small, perhaps. We can't quite buy that out, but I'll definitely save up my money and go for an early purchase because that's the way to go. And then I think I'm pretty happy with what we're producing here. I do think I'm happy. Unfortunately, we can't buy anything out, but we will do that at some point. And city cap, you control 1 of 2 possible cities that we could sell. Okay, so we have room for at least 1 more. We'll get one down in a neighboring area. I think we might maybe try and settle on this sanctuary along here too. Could give us access to copper in the later game as well. And who is this? It's an animal. Who is this? Oh, it's just an animal. Okay, we're getting 5 influence per turn, so in 4 turns we can settle again. And I think we'll probably do that fairly quick smart, I think that's the play here. YouTube takes forever to notify me of the super chat. Curse you, YouTube! Sorry about that. What is that question mark? How could I resist? An unknown strategic resource. So yeah, actually quite a few strategic resources around here. It's not the most bountiful of areas in terms of food though, is it? Wondering if we settle around there, that's probably not terrible though. Let's have a wee peek this way. Just a cheeky wee peek. Okay. We might hunt that thing down. We'll see. We'll see. We're a little weak. The beautiful city of Memphis, though. Can we appreciate that? Finally, we're actually getting some yields. We're actually producing gold and influence, which is great. I think next time I play this, I'll probably try and settle a city as soon as I can. Yep, again, I'm just going to send these guys, move these guys about, have a wee explore. Oh, this thing has moved right into my firing line. Or instant resolve. It was really risky because my unit almost died, but it was so worth it. Oh, goodness gracious. Cool. Another player has chosen their culture. We're totally fine with that. And in one turn I can lay a claim, so let's quickly scout out around here, see if there's anything at all, anything that could, you know, perhaps tempt me to settle in one place or another. Okay. Lots of sanctuaries around us, which I think is actually unusual. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like that biome is not the most common biome anyway, put it that way. Yep, in the turn, done and dusted. We're now at that beautiful 60 influence point, which will let us put down another city, another outpost, I should say. I really like the idea of putting it back here. So I'm going to run back over this way and claim. It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? Oh. Okay, we have found another empire. We're a bit weak here. Greetings! Here they are. A whole load of diplomatic things I don't quite fully understand, but let's introduce ourselves. Hello, friend. They are a cruel, impulsive militarist. Wow. A cruel, impulsive militarist. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll allow it. Okay, there's not a lot we can do here in terms of diplomacy. Yep, we're not particularly friendly with them. We don't have anything to trade. We could move towards some of these things, but at the moment, I think these are the ones that are in play, actually. So we could try and, you know, should we only trade luxuries? We can sort of move our way up, right? So we can like share our capital, or we can be like, let's reveal maps.
What do you say to this appealing proposal?
They accept our proposition in exchange for 20 gold. I wasn't aware that I'd offered 20 gold. Do I want to pay 20 gold to see their map?
But I'm not quite convinced.
Sure. Mainly because I'm playing around a bit here. Was that the best use of my gold? Probably not. But I feel like we play around a bit with diplomacy. It doesn't hurt, right? We're trying to learn here. We've also unlocked carpentry, which is fantastic. And I think I will go ahead and backfill that granary now. And the beautiful city of Memphis is down. I feel like this... So they are actually quite far away. They're quite far away from home. I feel like we could settle this land, because that'll connect that strategic resource and sage as well if we wanted to deal with sage. Yikes. Okay, let's zoom back in. The zoomed out view is quite nice, I think. I haven't really studied this before. This is a really interesting zoomed out view. It's nice because it just defaults to a political map by the looks, so we don't get bogged down in the detail too much. That's something that the Endless games do quite well, actually. Oh, here's another animal we can slay. Yoink. Easy food, easy money. Let's put down that outpost as well. A war stick, yes! Bring out the war stick! It's wartime! Okay. Oh, I don't want this guy to war stick me, though. We got a little bit caught in his zone of control. I think we're going to need to run to try and save this dude, because in this game you can just sort of like randomly fight people. So you see, like, at the moment we tolerate skirmishes. What have they proposed? They have proposed that we move from no trade to trading luxuries. I'll allow that. Yep, we'll work on our diplomacy. Work on our diplomacy with these dudes. Hopefully they don't slay this very open and indefendable scout, and they just carry on their merry way because we're their ally. That was my goal, and it seems to have worked tentatively, very tentatively. Right, I want to settle somewhere around here, maybe on the coast for lots of food, or maybe up here on these more productive tiles. We shall see. There's actually some logic in using this unit as well with the extra dude. Clear forest, right, so we can clear forest with our scouts. An industry tech boost is granted when used on territory belonging to one of your cities. Okay, so we can do the old chop wood for production move. I'm pretty happy to take advice from the game here on where I should settle. Just because I don't want to spend a million years analyzing this map. And again, this is a brand new game, so who's to say? Who's to say? Wow, so many people tuning in live today. Look at this! I never normally stream at this time, and there's so many of you tuning in. Thanks so much, everybody. Okay, I might send this one to just sort of scout here, just in case there are any animals that we can quickly slay, because this is a sanctuary, or at least it was a sanctuary. We've sort of brutalized it in many ways, but we'll bring our dudes back there. Just around Memphis, I think that's fine. And shall we queue up a pyramids? I think we shall. Where do we want them? These big tooltips that pop up are a little bit annoying, actually. Yeah, so it'll be quite damaging to the food. Oh, that's a pretty good one there. It's just straight production bonus on a very productive tile. It'll take it up to 6 production. Let's do that. That is juicy. That is juicy. Infrastructure represents smaller, more specialized parts of a city. Therefore, and unlike districts, they need not be placed on a tile. Oh, cool. You can think of them as upgrades to the entire city that will grant it a huge variety of bonuses and can greatly improve resources. Each infrastructure comes as part of an infrastructure family that represents the evolution of underlying blah, 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 blah. I really appreciate all the work that's gone into this game. I'm just dripping sarcasm today. My apologies. Okay, yep. Next turn. Take me there. We need to get our second city down, I think. As a matter of priority. I feel like I'm... Ooh! Our mate's attitude has changed. I'm hoping for the best, but who knows? Sorry, where were we putting this? Game? I guess there was sort of a logic placing it there, right? Yeah. Let's do that. Get our second city down. Beautiful. Beautifully done. The ancient Egyptians were masters of their local waterways. Navigating the Nile, Dead Sea. Yeah, you're right. And very intelligent. Infrastructure sounds like buildings for your districts. Yeah, I think you're right, Jason. That is kind of the feeling that I got from that too. You feel like we'd be able to say that a little bit more succinctly, wouldn't you? Yeah, so we've claimed this one. I'm kind of keen to get a claim down on this neighboring one as well. Maybe we do that. Yeah, because we're earning so much influence that we may as well, I think. Cool. So another civ has chosen their culture. And something about a glacier popped up down the bottom there, and I just totally skipped it. I don't care about your glacier. Yeah, we will settle this. Look at that. Woof. That is a really cool mountain. And in classic Civ fashion, useless tundra tiles. Man, we hate tundra. Oh, what was that? So we received a non-aggression pact from them. We're going to take that. And they'd like to trade everything. We're going to take that. And they want open borders. We're going to take that too. These guys are just going to be our best friends. These guys, we're just, yep, just hugely friendly with them. Which you got to love. Because mainly it means that I don't have to stress too much about them stabbing me in future. I'm going to play around with clearing some forest. See what that actually does. I'm really keen to just learn. Learn as much as I can. If possible, could you rename a city to Denial for the pun? You betcha, Devilish. You know the rules with super chatters, although I don't know how to rename cities in this game. Something I've never done. Oh, I'm assuming it's that button. Absolutely it is. Denial. Surely I spell it Denial. Peter loves the tundra. He does, Jason. Old mate Pete, he loves the tundra. Denial. Beautiful. And Denial is going to build the Egyptian pyramids very soon. If enabled when possible. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, cool. And yeah, there's another empire in the world. Whatever. Where should we settle here? There aren't actually a huge number of fantastic tiles here, are there? Or not like our last one. Wow, that is a really productive spot right there. Surely. Yeah, let's make another outpost there. So now we got 1, 2, 3. We're claiming 3 territories up here, which is wonderful to see. Probably go for a 4th one at some point as well, but for now we've got 3 down, which is making good use of our influence, I think. But we shall see. Right, okay, so we've unlocked calendar, which is good. I'm wondering if there's anything further on in the tech tree that I should be beelining for, if there's an obvious good tech, so to speak. I'm also paying quite close attention to some of these different things we can build. Like, we are on rivers, so irrigation excites me. I love the way this tech tree is designed, by the way. I think if you pre-purchase the digital deluxe edition, you get like a PDF of this, and I'm so excited about it. If I end up upgrading to that edition, I'm going to print it out. It's going to be the biggest thing you've ever seen, and I'm just going to plaster it all over my walls because I love that. I love that sort of crap. I eat it up. Denial, population gain. Lovely. Denial is growing. 3 people now. 3 people living in Denial. We used a lot of our gold, I think, for those diplomatic deals. So sadly, we don't have a huge amount. I'm going to split up these guys now. And I'm pretty keen to clear these, to do another clear forest. Again, just because I really want to try it out. And then I will send this one. Oh, and literally, look at that. Just as I set them up, there's an elephant, which I don't think we can capture with just 1 unit. Or at least last time I played it was a little difficult. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, we're somewhat evenly matched. Shall we do a manual battle? Nah. Let's auto-resolve it. But let's watch it play out. Okay, elephant takes a huge pass. Big 30 damage. We run up onto the hill, strike it down. Oh, that was a big pass. It's really anyone's game at this point, but it's our turn to serve, and what do you know? 6 damage. We very nearly died, but man, we made a lot of gold from it. Look at that. Beautiful gold money. Yo! 20 gold. Jeez, name an easier fight. I mean, it wasn't actually. It was very difficult for us, but we did it. We did it, and I think we may have even ate the elephant afterwards, which is hilarious. Okay, so did we just insta-clear that forest? I think we may have. Okay, so we sort of understand how that works now. Sort of. Where would I like to claim next? I will just sort of mosey around this way, I think. And in that turn, lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Hey, biggest boofer! More humankind just wanted to stop by and say hi because it's almost midnight. But I watched the replay because this game is growing on me. Oh, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's kind of a weird time. I don't normally stream at this time, but I just the beta was released and I was like, I want to play this game, and I think that you guys will like to see this game too. So let's do it. And here we are. One of your units has gained a veterancy level. Interesting. Units acquire experience by fighting other units. Once a unit gathers enough experience. Okay, cool. So it's unit promotions, right? Note the unit keeps its veterancy level, aka its promotions, when you upgrade it. When? You mean if. Cool. Okay, so it will... Once a unit gathers enough, it will gain it, increasing its combat strength. So I think it just happens automatically, does it? Because I don't see a lot here. I'm going to regroup and heal that unit. And one turn until we chop down this forest for the city. Very good. We can build the Artisan's Quarter here, which is the mine. Well, it's not a mine. I guess it is. We're going to mine some sage. So we'll pop that down. And then we will want to upgrade that to a city, but we've got to save up our influence. Influence is really important. It's basically culture. Like, another way to think of it is it's just culture. But my feeling is there's a little bit more to it than that. Just a little bit. Okay, where do we want to send this hunting party? Well, there's a mystery resource here, so maybe claiming this is also not a bad idea. We could just put the outpost down. Because once you put the outpost down, it claims the territory. And then once you put a city down, of course, it's like properly yours. Who is this little dude running around down here? Let's go have a look. Oh, there's a free kill. It'll take us a couple of turns to get there, but we'll do it. It's worth it. Worth it for the food and gold and all those yields. Oh, and there's a notification. Who was that? Oh my goodness. Devilish. You're a madman. You're an absolute madman. Unbelievable. Devilish with the $4.99 super chat. Quote, name an easier fight. Quote, Carthage vs. Brazil maybe? Oh, don't remind me. Nobody will get the reference. Nobody will get the reference, but I do. Thank you, Devilish. I really, really appreciate that super chat support. As you know. As you well know. But I do really appreciate it, so thank you. Oh my goodness, and I've just heard it ding again. I've got multiple dings going on, folks. Oh, what's this? Discoveries can be made. Okay. We've got a new discovery there. Let's have a cheeky look. Who was that? Ah, Jake Barge with the super sticker. Hey, you. Hey, you yourself. Jake, hey, you yourself. But thank you. Cool. I'm not actually sure what we yielded from that, but love it nonetheless. So this unit is now a warrior, not just a crappy scout, which is pretty cool. Let's go test out this warrior, shall we? There must be someone we can chomp around here somewhere. Maybe we mosey down this way. We haven't actually looked down here, and there's something that intrigues me here. Silk. And, oh my goodness, I'm hearing so many alerts. Bling, bling. It's amazing. That one may have been a subscriber one, so thank you if you're a new subscriber. I don't actually get to keep the wee subscriber notification, so if I miss your name, if I don't see it on screen, I just miss it altogether, so apologies for that. The super chat notifications stay, is the reason why I can read them out. And with that, we went from 14 to 18 viewers. The algorithm's like, oh, super chat? Everybody look at this great stream! Somebody donated real money to it! Which is, I guess makes sense, right? Population gain. Woohoo! Wait, that's not me. Wait, is that me? Oh, that is me. Fantastic. This outpost, which I think we'll turn into a city once we get enough influence. Unless I want to put another outpost down first and then backfill Alioth into a city. I'm not sure. Not sure. We'll see how we go. Oh my goodness, we're at 23 viewers. Can we crack 25? No way. Ah, Drew. Thank you, Drew, and welcome. Right. So our plan here, so we just grabbed that goody heart. I want to keep one unit probably like somewhere near denial, just in case there's more discoveries or, you know, whatever else comes through. This is effectively our southern border, but we're sharing it with a fairly trusted ally in our mate down here, so I'm not mega stressed. It would be nice to claim this, though, because it looks like it has at least two luxuries or two resources that we don't have. It's a very productive land, but I don't see any food. Well, there's a couple of food tiles here, so we'll probably place a city like potentially right up on the border. Probably down here, though, if we place it at all. It's actually a really difficult spot to settle, isn't it? Alternatively, this riverland here looks really juicy, so we might do that. Let's have an explore. I think we were chasing down a deer with this scout, with this hunting party. I'll use the correct terminology. But who knows where it went, so that's fine. Who's next? Yeah, as I say, we'll bring this warrior down this way. And we've unlocked our first civic, which is basically the cultural text here, right? So let's read through it. Civics unlock. The game context and your actions will sometimes line up to unlock a civic. Civics represent societal matters on which you can position your empire by making a choice between options. Cool. It's like the choose your own story element, and thus forging your empire's character and ideology. By using the show details button, you will be sent to the civics screen. By using the close button, you'll ignore them for now. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, game. If you click close, this will disappear. Right. Show me the details. Show me the money. Oh my goodness. And look at this really cool civics tree. So, we have a choice here. We can go natural right, where we claim inherent domination over land and beasts, or divine mandate. If we go natural right, we get +5 influence from the main plaza, but we're choosing to ignore that sort of holy faith kind of element that we would get from going this way. And you can see it's going to tilt the whole balance of our civilization between tradition and progress. So I have to decide, do I want +5 faith on holy sites or +5 influence in the main plaza? I feel like it's a no-brainer here. Off my very limited knowledge and understanding of this game, granted, but I feel like it's a no-brainer to go for natural right. We claim inherent domination over the land, we get +5 influence, which I think is a benefit we'll be able to get straight away. It'll cost us 30 influence to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to enact natural right. We'll have to pay the additional influence, but we'll get +5 per turn from main plaza. Brilliant stuff. So we grab legitimacy there. Oh, and we can actually push it another level once we get there. What a cool civics tree. Can we take a moment to appreciate the design of this tree? It kind of reminds me of like Skyrim, or, you know, like a sort of like a first person or a third person, I guess, open world kind of leveling tree. I love it. I love that design so much. Yep, we're on the same page, chat. Spend influence to make cities larger. Yep, 100%. Wow, what a cool thing. So now we're getting +14 influence per turn, which is great for us because we'll be able to snowball that into some real growth. Ooh. Interesting. So there is another player down that way. I'm thinking about going for a land grab here, but it doesn't border me, which makes me uncomfortable, to be honest, to land grab out this far. But we're definitely going to want to land grab somewhere. Here's a science tile that I'd be pretty keen to land grab, to be honest. Let's just do it. I think we'll do it. And zooming back in, I'm gonna send my absolute strongest unit down this way. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight them, but we're definitely gonna claim this land though. Oh, but it's a push, isn't it? It's a real struggle on our influence. I'm so glad that I took that influence civic over the divine right one, because we just need it. We just need it. Denial. Oh, we're about to get our pyramids in denial. Very exciting. Very exciting. It's going to mess with the stability of the city a little bit. But it's not the end of the world. We cannot embark yet. So it's going to be a long slog over that way. Let's just keep some visibility around here, just in case anything pops up. And jump through into the next turn. So Skyrim-y. I just threw a thanks for your super chats in the chat, because I think YouTube likes it when I reply to stuff in the live chat as well as the normal things I do. But it's strange, isn't it? The algorithm is a strange beast. A very strange beast. I feel like chopping another forest is something kind of fun that we could do here. Right? Like this forest, it's ages away. Like we're probably never going to actually like productively look to use these tiles from this city. So if I clear this forest, clear a forest of a valid tile, and industry boost is granted when you use it on a territory belonging to one of your cities. Okay, so this is just an outpost. So maybe there is not value in doing that. Let's go for a scout instead then. There's lots of world up here that we haven't seen. Freezing cold world, but world nonetheless. So let's go out far and wide. Look at this. There's actually just like total blanks here that we just have no idea what it looks like. Interesting highlands up here. Getting real Scottish Highlands kind of vibes. Whoa, that'll be a quick and easy kill. Do I want to claim this tile? I think the answer is yes. We need 80 influence. So next turn we could claim this land. It will delay me getting my second city up by quite a lot. We'll just instant resolve that battle. That was an easy win. Pocketed a little bit of gold and only lost 30 health because our warrior is a god. Well, you know, they're pretty good. So maybe then instead I chop down some forests here, although there is not a single forest apart from the ones near my city, by the looks. What else could we do? So we can ransack. Obviously not going to be my first choice for what to do this turn, I think it'd be fair to say. Denial. I think it's about time you got another district. Extractor Construction. Let's have a read of this, because I'm not sure what this is. Did you notice this special district? This is an extractor, which can be placed on a resource tile. Oh, yes, thank you. I'm very familiar. So this farms luxuries, right? This farms luxuries. And here's a luxury to farm. It's only going to provide an additional +1 gold. I don't know if that is... Although it will connect dye, which will provide +5 industry on all cities. And +3 stability. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, we're going to connect that. We're definitely going to connect that. We could play around now with our, what I'm going to call our specialist management, which is basically just what the city's going to prioritize getting out of these tiles. So, at the moment, you can see that we're 3 out of 10, +1, and so in 6 turns we'll grow. If I swap it to high growth, we'll actually grow in 3 turns. Wow. So it's going to move this dude over to there. Watch that. Watch as I do it again. City growth. We move our person out of money and into food. I'm going to leave it at that, actually, just for a little bit, because I feel like that's fantastic for us. The only other one I'd be a little bit more interested in looking at would be economic exports, which will prioritize those production and gold. You can see we'll actually starve if we do that, but we'll get a whole load of production. Not worth it. I'm going to go for city growth. I feel like that's the best balance for us in the very early game, just to get out an additional pop quite soon. There are 3 territories in my empire. Average stability is really good. Average stability is really good. I, to be fair, don't know what it means if it's not good, but that's really good. Oh, and somebody just subscribed, I believe. I'm not sure. Sorry, I missed your name, but I'm sure one of my very kind channel members, realistically soon to be like admins, because you guys are here so often. You really should be like moderators or something. I'm gonna add a couple more moderators soon, actually. So. Channel members, that'll be a benefit for you that's not listed normally. In particular, like you guys who are here regularly, I think it makes sense. Sorry, that was a wild tangent. Not sure how I even got onto that. Oh, brilliant. We're actually the first unit to move onto that tile, so we can make some discoveries. And maybe some this way as well. Shame this wasn't connected. I'd love to jump across onto this little bit and see what this is. We can see the northern border of the map up here, so maybe this is just a little island territory. That would be quite fun. James! Thank you for subscribing, James! Thank you so much for joining our little community. Our little but increasingly not so little. That's all thanks to you guys as well. Okay, so I could pop down this last... Yeah, we need to get land grabbing, don't we? So I think we're just going to have to land grab down here. Then I'll have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do it. This is, after all, the very sort of early game, right? So it's land grab time. It's got to be land grab time. Like I say, there's very... Oh, look at that. We could go 24 production city, but no food. That's a heartbreak. Oh, that is a good tile. What land is that in? There's actually perhaps more value. There's another sage here too, and we already have some sage. Let's do it, actually. We're going to claim this tile instead. We're going to connect the sage. Looks like, I think I just caught a glimpse of a big woolly mammoth down there, which I do not want to have to fight. But I've got all my dudes up here exploring, so it's a peaceful animal, and we know that we can fight it in one if we need to, so we'll allow it. We'll let it do its thing, and hopefully not die. And yeah, we'll just keep scouting around, keep moseying around, keep visibility over everything. We need to keep visibility over everything. Oh, okay, so, brilliant. Oh, there's a new grievance available. Oh dear. Why? Who fought me?
Tell me what is on your mind.
They claimed territory containing that I had discovered first. I can demand that they give me Kochab. I did discover it first, but I don't feel a great need to push that demand. Like, that's not mine. Oh, okay, so we can actually create a religion. Fun. I haven't played with religion yet. So, pick the base of your people's belief. So we can go with +10 faith, +5 influence on holy sites, and +5 faith. Or we can go +10 faith and +10 influence on holy sites. I feel like the influence is the way to go. So let's go with shamanism, which is a very fun religion anyway. Your growing population is ready to follow a state religion. Love it. Right, shamanism will be our state religion. +10 faith and +10 influence from holy sites. So we might want to prioritize getting one of those sometime soon. I was hoping there'd be a random goody hut up here. But looks like it's a never lucky kind of day for us today. That's all good. Let's grab this discovery. We got 5 science out of it. Nice. Nice. And there is another discovery up here. We must be the first. We have to be the first to be exploring these lands, really. What was I doing with you? Nothing, really. Nothing of interest. Just sort of defending, securing. Oh, look, there is actually a juicy goody hut over there. Our science production is pretty garbage because I've got this city on high growth. Gain 1 population every 6 turns. And we are 1 turn away. So maybe once we get that next one, I'll swap it back to normal. Oh, and we have enough gold to actually make use of it. So I could speed up this artisan's quarter. And then we could do stone rings. Interesting. Plus 20 faith and plus 20 stability. Wow. We've also got the granary, the lumberyard, and we can make archers now, which is really cool. Do I have enough gold to just buy any buildings? No, they're quite expensive. So let's have a play. Let's do the buyout. Boom. Bought something out for a change. And now we can queue up. I mean, we've got to queue up this, right? A holy site? Or do I want to maybe invest a bit more? Again, I'm not going to dwell too long on these decisions. What's the deal with this, though? It's a lot of turns, isn't it? Perhaps we can get better tile improvements here. +5, +6 food? Jeepers. That's pretty good. +6 food. Let's do that. I think we're getting some kind of adjacency bonuses there as well. And then we'll probably backtrack and do what we need to do to get our holy site down. Devilish with the 3rd super chat of the day. Oh my goodness, you are on fire. You are on fire. With the $1.99 super chat, Devilish says, if you're going to land grab, bring your war stick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're right. I feel like we've sort of diplomatically schmoozed these guys a bit though. I feel like we've got a good understanding with old Kochab and word I can't pronounce down there, that maybe we're okay. Maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is I can just about get a city, and I think we're going to make this one 138. Cool. So in like 2 turns, we can get that into a city, which will give us our 2nd city. And here's a deer that is just begging to be moitered. So we'll send... Oh, I'm going to go the long way around because we can't climb down this little hill. Actually, now that I zoom in, that's quite a big hill. I think, to be fair, that is quite a big hill. Okay, cool. So we've got an event here. So we can either go... Unexpected... Okay, right. So muster. Street musicians riddle denial. There's just literally just musicians everywhere. Oh, like my video that's going live tomorrow. It's a fun one. Street musicians can riddle denial. They could help commerce everywhere, even if they're distracted. So there's an unknown benefit, unknown consequences. Or build. Every city will be required to build an institution of music where we can teach new performers. We'll lose 60 gold. Overproductive on denial for 10 turns. 60 gold for +10. Yeah. I'll pay 60 gold and get +10 production. All day, baby, I'll convert my gold into production. I feel like that's a really good move. But I again, I have no proof. That's just purely my speculation. I kind of don't want to do anything with this unit at the moment. But your war stick thing is a good point. So maybe I send it down onto the sort of the border areas of the empire rather than having it based in denial, because denial is sort of happily protected at the moment. When enemies can come via the sea, we might be in with a little bit more trouble, but for the time being, I think we're pretty good there. Ash says you can have negative gold. Cool. And Denny says the UI is overwhelming. Yeah, I know what you mean about the UI, Denny. I feel a little bit overwhelmed by it too, but I'm assuming it's because it's unfamiliar rather than bad. And yes, you can have negative gold. Yep. Just like in Civ and many other 4Xs, you can absolutely send your treasury into the negative. Thankfully, we're still getting 4 gold per turn, so we shouldn't see any negative impacts from our treasury being too far in the red. But you can see if you have a decivit, you will start to lose stability, which is sort of loyalty, I guess. I guess you can see like the pyramids provide negative stability, but a little bit of influence, so they're pretty cool. Oh, great. And here's our new outpost. It has been established. And there's a nice wee discovery down that way that we can grab too. Or sorry, it is being established. So now if we zoom out, you can see we've got city down and then 1, 2, establishing a third. Cool. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm not sure like what the play is in terms of how many outposts I should be settled by when, like the old like 100 science by turn 100. I have no idea how that plays out in this game. So we'll just have to make do. There's another discovery, hopefully a bit of science. Yep, +5 science. I'm going to bounce back to Denial and chuck it over onto Woof. It's going to starve on a balanced policy. Well, that's not ideal. We may have to stay on growth. I wonder if I can take one of these citizens, put them onto science. What does that actually change? Not too much. And we get quite a bit of extra science for that. So I'm going to do that. I quite like that citizen management. I think we've done that quite well. And it looks like we can build another building here. So we can go shared project, we can go districts, we can go infrastructure. We don't actually have a lot of river tiles in Denial. Like, there are actually only a couple, aren't there? +2 food per farmers and +1 farming slot. We do have a couple of granaries though, so let's build that infrastructure. That's just a one and done kind of build. So we'll grab that. It's only going to take, once we get the farmers quarter up and running, it'll only take us 8 turns for that granary, so that's fine. Oh, yes, and we've connected those dyes, which is so good for us. Imposter Sus! Civilization 5 Complete Edition or Civ 6 Anthology. Made a video about that the other day. My ultimate guide is out, so I won't rabbit on too long and bore all these wonderful humankind viewers with my opinion. But I love Civ 5, and I always love it to death, but the Civ 6 Anthology at the moment is a much better deal. The price on it is actually really good. Still unaffordable for a lot of people, I acknowledge, but at the moment, you'd be a fool not to get the anthology, especially because Civ 5 is full price right now at the time of recording, whereas Civ 6 anthology is like 77% off or 60% off, something insane. So definitely that is the I won't give an answer that's too long, and then I sit here and rabbit on about it forever. Whoa. Okay. Cool. So we got a little bit of gold from that goody hut. Again, still calling them goody huts. I will never convert from calling them goody huts. Yeah, we got lots of live viewers, don't we? Welcome along, everybody. Fantastic to have you here. Okay. Access to stage was purchased. Yep, that's fine. So we're sort of trading with them. So they were able to basically just buy our sage, and I would love to get that other one connected too. We're a few turns off getting that city up and running, sadly. It's really good for us actually that this unit is the warrior, because this outpost may be tricky to defend. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how we go, but just it depends on what happens with our allies. And our enemies, right? These guys, we have no diplomatic relationship with this empire. The Nubians, absolute noobs. They've offered us to trade luxuries. I counter-offered, and then they just immediately accepted it. So obviously I balls that up. Amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this warrior down here. Actually just skip its turn. That's totally fine. And then let's see. I don't like this person in my land. I'm tempted to war stick them. Very tempted. But we don't have a lot of accessible backup. Which actually makes me think, let's bring the warrior over. Oh, and get a nice discovery along the way. Brilliant. Euphony. Music is a sacred art, only to be performed by those. Cool. Great. Benefits achieved. And speaking of achieves, we are really close to filling out all of these era goals too, aren't we? Look at that. We are very close indeed to completing those. That'll help us along great to progressing to the next era. Sure. We got them! Take that, noobs. So we slayed the Nubians. We're feeling pretty, a little bit sort of bullish, a little bit, a little bit big for our boots, I think, by going for that fight, to be honest. It might not have been the smartest strategic move to make an enemy out of the Nubians. So I'm just gonna, in light of that, start to mosey my troops back home. We'll bring the hunting parties home. Think about maybe building an archer as well. I'd quite like... I haven't really even played around with the ranged units a lot. And there we go. We got one of our era stars unlocked. I think that was because we reached a population milestone. 13 pop, I believe. Right, so era stars. This screen displays the era stars. They're spread across 7 categories, which is a little confusing. 7 cultural affinities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there are 3 era stars to unlock per category. Okay. Okay. I'm going to click understood. Did I really understood it? Probably not. Understand it? Probably not. Let's take a minute. So we're in the ancient era. 1 star out of many, many stars to go. Oh, and we got irrigation. So flood irrigation and the public fountain. Public fountain, I think, is quite good for... Looks like it's going to be quite good for managing city growth. Let's backfill. I do have some horses. It's only going to take us 4 turns to get domestication. And then I'll shift-click onto city defense as well, acknowledging the war stick and the fact that I did just sort of bully someone a bit. We bullied the Nubians a bit and just killed their scout that happened to sort of stumble across the land. Sorry, Nubians. So we'll fortify that unit up. And what's the cost for... Okay, so it's 139 influence. We're going to try and spend absolutely 0 influence and get this as a city as fast as we can. Just because I do note that the AI has a couple of cities already, and I only have the 1. Pretty keen to have more than the 1. I also would love to claim this tile, though. Let's have a look down here, see what's actually going on. We haven't had visibility down here in a wee while. Oh my goodness. This is lots of forest land. Look at that. Look at that on the map. I haven't seen that before. That's really interesting. It's displaying the forest area at this sort of drawn-out strategic view. Baekdu converted to a new religion. Baekdu converted to the Egyptians' shamanism. Oh my goodness, we're spreading our filthy religion and we're not even trying. I love that. Fantastic. We haven't even built our holy site. So we've got 1 idle army. We've got an urgent affair requiring our attention. Keepers of the Creed. So, men, woman, all. We go all. I'm not even going to even think about that. Just all day, baby. Do we want to get into another fight that we can definitely win?
So,
Let's see.
what do you say?
Zhao have proposed a trade deal. They'd like to trade luxuries. We'll allow it. Yep, we'll allow it. We can still tolerate skirmishes, so we can actually still fight them And I think we're going to do just that, because I'm feeling greedy. I like the event with the musicians. Makes it feel like you're more involved in day-to-day life. Yeah, the events are really nice. They're just a really nice touch overall. Well, that was easy. Or did they run? A non-hostile tribe who roams the surrounding wilds has settled in this sackable camp. Oh, man. We can actually sack a camp here. Let's send our backup unit down as well. We've actually got some kind of military cohesion here. They fled from us. That's fine. We've got our backup, so we're feeling all good. Let's sack this encampment and then maybe chase that unit down as well. I feel like that could be quite fun. And we are going to very quickly at the what point are we at? Around the 70-minute mark. Just going to really quickly jump to a quick break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Literally 30 seconds. Bear with me. And no cooing. Righto, no time like the present, folks. Let's do this. Too late, the coos began. You don't have any of your other coors here with you today. Right. Cool. Grab that discovery. Some animal remains. We've got a little bit of science out of that. Love it. And let's roll. Oh, and another era star unlocked. Good stuff. We're working nicely. So we need to have 6 districts within our empire. So we need 1 more, and we need to obtain 1 more technology, which we can do like fairly easily. So that's fine. Oh. They are weaker than us. Oh, and look at this. Great timing, because we can now create a city. City of Thebes is up and running. I quite like the +1 influence that the pyramids deliver. I feel like that's just a good bonus to have for us, particularly as we're trying to grow. So I might build a pyramids. Let's see. Our options are, we're going to lose 1 food, but we're going to gain +9 production and +1 influence. That's a good deal. That's quite good. I quite like those yields. So +6 and then +3 from the +1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some pyramids down. And we'll leave the city on balance, because when I moved the other one onto growth, I've messed with its policies somehow. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, that's fine. Do we need backup down here? Who is this, actually? We don't have a lot. These guys are actually sort of quite don't like me. So, I'll send some backup down. Should we fight them? Yeah. Yeah, we should. They're going to flee that, because we absolutely overpowered them. I don't know if you noticed, but it was 18 to, what was it, to 13 combat strength? Like, just a no-brainer. And let's get you to ransack. Where is this thing? Here it is. Let's ransack the encampment. 22 gold. Don't mind if I do. We might even be able to keep going. I'll merge those two guys together just in case something goes wrong. The Hittites now feel a bit differently towards us. Probably not going to like me a great deal. The Hittites make the following demand. Pay 200 gold.
Your empire is an enigma.
I'm refusing that demand. And they did not declare war with me. So they were too scared of me. Feels good. Cool, we got one of the science stars for this era. Love to see it. That's fine, that's fine. Cool. And we could absolutely destroy these guys. But I'm actually fine to just keep ransacking this. We can just sit here and just take gold. 22 gold per turn we can steal just from camping on that camp, which seems like a no-brainer to me. I love that. It's 22 gold per turn. It's almost twice as much as what we're making. I don't see why not. Okay, just checking. So we're going to get the granary in 1 turn. Lovely. And the pyramids in 3. Cool. Where did that unit flee to? I'm pretty keen to chase it down. It's going to try and run to friendly territory, or to its friendly territory, I should say. So we'll keep running. We stumbled upon some animal remains, which is always nice. Well, actually it's not. It's dreadful, but good for us as we get some science from them. Oh, this animal left 5 science on its body. Thanks. Okay, we got some events. We've got all sorts of events down here, actually, don't we? We've got the Leadership Civic. Interesting. So, once we have a bit more influence, we can choose how we want our government to be. Basically. So we can get plus 10 stability, plus 2 turns before being converted by others' influence on territory. Not even entirely sure what that's supposed to say. Plus 10 stability and plus 2 influence. Right. So, do we want to go for a small council, that more sort of liberty, democratic side, or do we want to go autocracy, top-down governance? To be honest, I quite like the plus 4 influence. Influence seems incredible. We don't quite have enough, though. We don't quite have enough of it, but next turn we'll be able to embrace that civic. This city is now in idle. I think we do maybe stone rings, maybe. Although that being said, we have a few resources here that we're not harvesting. So this one provides plus 5 science if we harvest that. Jeepers. What about these horses? What do we get from them? We probably just get horses, I suppose. It's only going to take 2 turns to build a horse ranch. Plus 3 science per adjacent research quarter. I mean, that's not going to happen. Or at least not anytime soon. I think I want to get the Artisans Quarter first and connect this. Because that is a really nice looking tile. I really, really want that tile. Our mates who don't like us would like a non-aggression pact. I could offer to accept it for 70 gold. Let's just leave that on the table for a second. Because what I'd like to do first is march around here and just see if we can see where that unit got to. Shall we give it a wee chop? She's fleeing again. You coward! Again, they're demanding 200 gold for grievances. We're going to refuse it. That's going to push up their war support.
This is getting us nowhere.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. I'm pretty happy to just keep bullying her for a bit. We'll secure this. If she offers us peace again, we might. We could actually just tap out now. Peace, not war? Alright, David, just for you. Just for you. Next time. Next time. I'm getting way too big for my boots, aren't I? Okay, let's just sort of move. Oh, no, I do actually want to keep spawn point has been ransacked, reward 22 gold. I do want to keep ransacking that, actually, so we will stay there. And denial grows yet again, thanks to that beautiful high growth mode, I suppose. New grievance available? Who and why?
Do something clever today. Sign this pretty.
Can any good come of this?
So she's made claim on land which I initially discovered. I'll just renounce that. That's fine. And now I will counter-offer. Oh, she refused it.
Little something more.
So she was like, let's not fight each other and you give me 70 gold. And I was like, let's not fight each other, but you give me 70 gold, is what just happened.
No.
And now, look at this. She's like, he's clueless. I am clueless. I mean, like, if you want to fight, I'll give you one. Let's send this unit down this way as well. Because she's bringing back up, so we're going to need to bring back up too. Do we have any other units anywhere? We have these two, which are ransacking this. Oh, it's actually been ransacked now. So you can do it twice, apparently. Where's this conflict? It's down this way. Yeah, let's run our main army down here too. Bring our units together. She'll never be able to defeat us, is the idea. Cool. City defense researched. That feels like good timing, doesn't it? Let's go the Forge. Just in case we end up being warred a bit. Resource sold on. Oh, you received 30 bucks from Nubians for our Sage. Sweet. All the money. And pick up a little bit of extra science with our warrior. And while our warrior's at it, let's go teach this nerd a lesson. She ran away again. And we'll merge these up, get a proper army going there. And maybe we can, if she's so keen to refuse our deal, maybe we can harass her a bit more. Oh, and just like that, there's a resource there. Rats. Here's her 2-strength army, which is heading straight for my city. For my outpost. It's not actually a city, so it's fine. Again, we are willing to peace out. We are willing to peace out, David, but only if she gives us 70 gold. She refused it again. I mean, up to you. Okay, so, with the Empire thriving, a new game hailing from a foreign land beguiles the population. Look at this wording. Everywhere you go, the distinctive game board and pieces catch the eye, insisting public decoration. You play the game under instruction in your palace court, but the event has a sting in the tail. The game is reckoned to be a form of divination, as well as entertainment. Right, so we're playing this divine game. Gasps can be heard as the game's prophecy became clear. You are fated to lose everything. What will you do? So we can either pay 80 bucks and just be like, this game didn't happen. No one heard this. We can overlook it, which will lose us 5 stability in denial, or we can heed the warning, which will lose us 10 science. I think I'll take the stability penalty over losing gold. We can handle it. We've got pretty good stability basically everywhere. I believe, anyway. So that's fine. Is it time to work towards the shared project of the stone rings? Could be. Could be. But I think more beneficial might be to up our defenses here. So we could build a garrison, which will provide a bit of stability, a bit of district defense, or we could actually just get palisades. So we could actually just get walls, level 1 walls. I really like the idea of having walls, just because I am playing a little bit of an aggressive game. So I'll get some walls just in case. Again, she's going to make the same offer, and I'm going to say absolutely, but give me 60 gold. She's going to refuse it. Interestingly, this time it was 60, not 70, so we're maybe getting closer to equilibrium, so to speak. Ah, here's the roaming mercenary tribe. Unfortunately, it's going to take us a really long time to crawl down and around this absolutely ginormous hill, which is actually only the size of a person, however. Where's my other dudes? They're going to easily kill that guy. See ya. Maybe that will put her... Maybe now she'll be more likely to accept the deal, right? She just took another loss, another unit. And we got 10 gold off of her, which is always nice. And speaking of gold, and I need to remember to spend gold, actually have quite a bit of gold to spend here. It's pretty expensive, but we could actually just flat out buy a district, which is pretty cool. What is this city's yields like? Your city's food output is too low to maintain current population. It's currently losing 1 population every 112 turns. So clearly food is an issue. Let's buy a farmer's quarter and put it down there, right? That's got to be +5. Yeah, absolutely. So we just flat out bought a farmer's quarter. You can see by the little celebrations. Woohoo! And now we are growing, not shrinking. So that was definitely worth doing. And poor Thebes. How are we doing here? Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. Let's connect the horses. It is the last sort of resource that we haven't quite connected yet. And it would be nice to have them in our empire in case we want to build some units. Oh, and our civics. So we actually have a few that we can choose to go for here. We've got 162 influence, so I think we should invest. So we could enact that small council, which will give us more influence, which I love. We could go legitimacy, which will get us stability and science per outpost and city. It's not terrible. Or we can go down the religious route. What's this going to do? Religious district production cost is reduced by 10%. It'd save us a couple of turns, but it feels expensive for 80 influence. A 10% reduction that on holy sites? I don't know. Or we can unlock the procession, which allows us to spend money in order to increase stability in a city. To be honest, I don't really need either of those at the moment. I think the legitimacy is more interesting. Modify attach outpost cost. Nah, see, that's all rubbish, isn't it? I think we just go... Oh, we get +1 city cap as well. That's really big. That's really big, actually. Shall we go for the +1 city cap, +2 influence on territory, and +10% stability in all cities? You bet. Let's grab that small council. That's really quite powerful for us, actually. And we have some left over, but the cost has gone up for adoption because we've adopted more policies. So we'll leave it at that. But getting that small council, I think, is really good for us. Even just the additional city cap's going to be great because we can get another city down. Another era star unlocked. Love to see it. What do we need to do? Reach a total of 600 influence. We currently have 520. Currently reached 521. That'll be no trouble. We're going to do that in literally 2 turns because we're making so much influence. It's not even funny. Shall we lay a claim? I think we should lay a claim to this land. I'm going to claim this tile after all, even though it's not great for cities. And let's get down by Bakdu. Bakdu is growing quite nicely. Quite nicely, actually. And again, these guys are just like,
How do you do?
pay us money for killing us. We're like, no. How about, no? Oh, and I just heard the super chat sound, but it doesn't look like it was a super chat. So thank you to the new subscriber. Make yourself known. Make yourself known to the dudes. War support is quite high there now, which has me a little worried. +2 food on a river, +5 food per horses, +1 food on farmers. That's quite a good upgrade for us, animal barns, actually. Let's do that. Let's get animal barns. It'll take 6 turns, but I think that's worthwhile to invest in growth. And then I do still have my eyes on those holy sites, but just not quite sure if we're willing to commit. Could this unit get out of my life? What is it doing right on my border, you cheeky son of a... It's pretty cheap to found an outpost here. The thing is, there's just no food. There is just no food anywhere. We can get a heck load of production, though. Like, look at that. 28 production if we settle there. But no food. Not a drop of food. Hey. Is 1 food worth 4 production? Or should I just go hard on the production? I feel like I should just go hard on production. Although there's +5 and 20. There's +2 and 28. 3 food. Oh, there's +4 and 25. I like that, actually. I like that quite a lot. Let's do that. It's not a lot of food, but it's very productive. So let's build that outpost. We have now laid a claim onto some more land. So we've got a nice little sort of somewhat coastal, but also we've got some inland. We've got some good productive tiles. This is good. I'm feeling actually quite good about this. This is going very well. Hoppa! Hey, welcome! What yield are you focusing on? I'd say food, but not sure. Yeah, David, I think food is the shout. I think it does have to be food. At least for the interim, and particularly in the capital. I'm very interested in food in Denial, but in Thebes, I'm less focused on it, to be honest. Okay, what have we got going on here? Might just come down here and just have a wee show of force. Just sort of fortify up until healed. And these guys are now in range. Let's insta-resolve that fight. Oh, did we take a loss? No, we didn't. But she did. We are so mean. We are so mean to her. My goodness. Again, she's like, pay me $200. My population's war support against them grew by another 8. We've got huge war support. The population's like, go and destroy her! And we're like, oh, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't do that. But we'll definitely fight her while she's just randomly out in the open. Thank you to everybody who's dropped a like rating on the video, by the way. I see we're in excess of 20 now, which is so good. So good to see. Thank you guys so much. And bronze working is done. Our science has gone up quite a bit. Look how fast we're researching these technologies now. Oh, yes, let's get the harbour. Let's definitely get the harbour. Independent people. The city is founded by independent people. They've claimed their own territory, but they won't expand further, so it's kind of like a city-state. You can destroy the city to get their territory, or wait until they collapse. Independent people do not survive as long as larger empires. You can interact with the independent people by selecting their city. Okay. Right. This is very interesting. So they have a city, and they're peaceful. Nice. They are very liberal and very progressive. They're liberal progressives. We vibe with that. So we could bribe them, increase patronage level with this independent people with money. This will give you more bonuses. Or we can praise them. Right. That's very cool. Should we have a play? Should we praise them? Should we buy them? Right. Okay, so we can see how this works. It gets progressively super expensive and doesn't earn a lot, but we're working on them. Let's see if we can get an ally out of them. Although they're pretty well nestled into this empire, but needs must. We can grab that in one turn, which I love to see. 10 gold. Make back our money that we just blew on that city-state. Wonder if we can, go over and say hello to them. Let's do it. We like to mose around this area anyway because we like to fight with purple. And another wonderful decision tree. Animal magic. Looks like we've got a rat infestation. We can bring in cats to kill them, or we can bring in ferrets. Cats are bigger and can't catch all the mice, but they're resilient. Ferrets are smaller. They may be more efficient. So that'll put us towards progress. That'll put us towards tradition. I think we want to go towards progress. Let's bring in the ferrets. Progressive ferrets is what we'll be known for. Brilliant. And we're just, because we've got those trade deals. Trade just happens automatically in this game, which is actually really nice to not have to micromanage it too much, you know? I'm actually not mad at that at all. Okay, we're not going to fight these guys because they are our friend. So we'll just patrol around the borderlands, as I'm going to call them. Just make sure that everything's going the way it should be. Thebes has walls, which is wonderful, and I think because it really... well, it's actually growing quite fast. Its growth is not terrible. I want it to specialize. But let's grab that copper because we haven't connected any copper yet. So it's a new resource for us. And yeah, let's stick with the game plan with these guys. We're just going to walk along these wonderful... Look at them do their wee run. They go weird and glitchy when they do it though. Not sure if I super like that whole, Assassin's Creed simulation style. A new wonder can be claimed for those distinguished monuments. 40 centuries look down upon you. Cool. Okay, so we can build a cultural wonder. Select a cultural wonder to see its details, and if possible, claim the right to its construction. So we can get the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which is 20 stability and some era score. We can get the Pyramids of Giza, which... feels appropriate for us. 20 stability, plus 100, and modified district cost. Nice. Stonehenge. Wow, look at all this. Don't think that's going to be super useful for us. Or the Temple of Artemis. Your units ignore movement penalties through forests. Plus 40 stability, some faith. It's considered as a holy site, but doesn't count towards the cap. That's a nice special effect. I assume they all are, right? Ah, interestingly not. What do the pyramids do then? They just reduce district production cost, which is actually really nice to have. But this counts as a holy site, which I actually quite like. This is a slightly tricky decision for me. I'm going to go with the pyramids. I have to. I feel like I have to. But that's a close call. And one, to be honest, that I don't fully know if I made the right call or not. So we will see. Cool. Okay. What does our warrior want to do? Just go and abuse her, I think. We're just going to be really annoying. We're going to be that guy. And let's mosey in and see what our mates are up to. Just chilling. Oh my goodness, another person has converted to our religion and we're literally not even trying. I haven't even bothered to try and use it. Yes, David, let's go the pyramids. Let's do it. Progressive pyramid ferrets. Kind of a strange world we live in. Yep, fishing knowledge is power. And another era star unlocked. Cool, cool, cool. Brilliant. It is time to choose another technology. Wonder if there's any benefit to us streaming ahead here. There could be. Market quarter. That's what we want. We want our commercial hub. And writing. This is the big science tech. Of course we want writing. Enter a new era. You've earned 7 era stars and you may now choose a new culture for the next era. Let's do it. Let's do it. And let's not beat around the bush too much. So we played as the Egyptians. They were a builder culture. Shall we go science? Build up our science game. I think we should. Let's go from Egyptians to Greeks. So the Greeks will let us get +2 science per researchers posted in the city. We can get the amphitheater, which is +1 influence per era, which I love. +3 science, +2 per adjacent science district, and we get the hoplites. Cool. Oh, that is so interesting. Let's do it. Dun da 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 da. Amazing. Oh, that is so fun. Okay. Yeah, so I built harbors, which I know. Wow, the pyramids are so expensive. They're actually ludicrously expensive, aren't they? But if we build it, all of these districts become cheaper forever. I don't know. I feel like there's better things that I should be doing now. Watchtower provides vision. Lumberyard. Do we have a lot of forests? We've got these river tiles. We've got some woodlands. Dry grass, prairie. Yeah. Not really. It's not a particularly specialized land. Which is what it is. I would have loved to have tried out my new science building. However, for adjacent market quarter, we are going to get the market quarters. We could maybe have some fun with like a science markety kind of thing down here. Let's try it. Let's get a harbor first, because this tile actually does innately produce science. So we could get some sort of gold science kind of deal. We're going to get 8 food, which is great. Let's do it. And just so you know, I will be wrapping up the stream at turn 50, which is very soon. Should we make another claim? Probably not. Oh, look! We're here to harass you!
As urban centers grow,
to the cutscene!
are generated at a record
The art
pace.
style is very cool. I'm not super in love with the font, but the
As
art
military
style is
tactics and
fantastic.
Mathematical equations become as coveted as physical goods. Empires struggle to control.
Empires struggle to control the empire. Da, 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 da. We'll skip this. We'll skip this. But love the art style. Humankind Closed Beta. Thank you very much. What's going on now? Oh, looks like these buildings are sort of changing. This must be that as you progress through the era, you see things in a different light. Beautiful cinematic camera panning, I assume. Right. Okay, so interesting to note, we would definitely not be able to take this without maybe 5 units, it looks like. I don't want to take it, but... Oh, look, we're actually gaining a lot of influence. Should we throw some more gold at these guys? Yes, yes! They're going to be our bestest friend. And I saw a unit that wanted to be fought. Cool. We'll put us in a really nice spot there. Let's get our super special science district. Our super special science district. This tile does net the best yields. But we do lose a food. Whereas this one we don't lose a food, but we don't quite get the same amount of science. However, there's a wee science adjacency thing going on down here. Let's do that. Yes, brilliant. And end the turn. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of this episode of the new Humankind Closed Beta gameplay. I'm thinking I might live stream again this time tomorrow. So if you'd like to join me for some more, please do. Around this time tomorrow, I think we'll jump straight back into Humankind because this has been really fun. A really great stream. It's been awesome to have so many of you tuning in live as well. Nathan Bruno! Oh, I just made it for the end of the stream. Nathan, my dude. The absolute hero of the channel. Or one of the absolute heroes. But yep, we're going to wrap up. I'm going to wrap up there, but I will be streaming again this time tomorrow. So do tune in and join me, and we'll carry on this game because this has been really fun. And we're at turn 50, but we can go to turn 200. So there's a lot more to play through here. I really like our wee empire that we've built. So let's do that. And until tomorrow, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me live. And a huge thanks to the super chatters of the stream. Devilish, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And Jake Barge also threw in a little super sticker. So thank you, Jake. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Yep, so thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.